Or deny coverage for your medications and procedures.
But when a Cromwell man with a rare immune deficiency disease was recently denied the treatment he's depended on for 7 years, he saw it as a death sentence.
Beau Berman joins us now with a story you'll only see on Fox Connecticut. Beau.
Well, imagine needing a costly injection every 21 days to stay alive. That's the case for one man who has learned to live with it until suddenly it was taken away, giving him just 3 weeks to fight for his life with an insurance company. 60-year-old Robert Durkin has 4 grown children, but it's his 14-year-old granddaughter Angela that he and his wife have raised since birth. He's written her a personal note every day of her life, including 14 Christmases. But it was a note that he received from his insurance company this Christmas Eve that made him think it could be his last.
It says that they're not going to pay for treatments anymore. The problem is, I need these treatments or I'll die.
Robert suffers from an extremely rare condition called common variable immunodeficiency that leaves him without plasma cells capable of forming antibodies and therefore susceptible to serious infections. One of only 10 people in Connecticut with the condition, he'd been sick all his life. But it wasn't until 2004 when things got worse that he was diagnosed with CVID and began receiving blood infusion treatments. The once-a-month replacement therapy called IVIG or intravenous immunoglobulin has kept him alive the past 7 years. But it's expensive. Each infusion costs $7,000, which was covered by insurance.
It's just very painful to read.
Until Robert opened the letter and got the ultimate piece of coal in his Christmas stocking.
I read it as a death note, because it is a death note for me. Just in November, missing 2 weeks, I was almost critical. And if I miss a month, I won't be here talking to you.
Though the treatment was keeping him alive, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield's letter said that medical studies do not show the drug improves long-term health, and that the health plan guidelines found that use of IVIG for his condition is not medically necessary. Months of past treatments totaling at least $40,000 and future treatments, including one scheduled for Friday, wouldn't be covered.
I really appreciate my life right now, because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around.
Robert read the letter in disbelief. His wife, Grace, started wondering what life would be like without him and how she could manage to raise Angela on her own without the love of her life or any income.
I don't know what we're going to do. What's going to happen to Robert?
Facing an appeals process that could take weeks when he only had 14 days, Robert feared that any decision would arrive after his death. With time running out, we called Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield to find out why, after 7 years, IVIG would not be paid for. But before they'd say anything, Robert had to sign a HIPAA release form. However, 2 hours later, back at Robert's home to pick up the form, he told us things had changed.
They've turned around their decision and decided that I can now have the treatment on Friday. They're claiming that it was, quote, a mistake.
A typed statement provided by Anthem to Fox Connecticut confirmed what he was told by phone. Our review of the initial coverage determination indicated that additional information was needed. Upon request, additional information has since been provided and reviewed, and coverage has been approved. In the span of a few hours, the company had reversed their decision. In a call to Anthem, we clarified that indeed all past and future treatments would be covered, including one this Friday, an infusion that Robert believes will save his life.
I may not have been here speaking with you, and I may not have been alive, because it takes quite a while through an appeal process, and I don't have that kind of time.
Robert didn't tell Angela about the letter. He just kept writing his daily note to her, only he wrote them like never before.
You are a wonderful, bright girl, and touch my life every single day. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day, Papa.
Now, after the decision was changed, Robert and Grace did tell Angela what had been going on, both the good news and then the bad news. Robert is one of about 500 people in the U.S. with common variable immunodeficiency. The price of the special plasma he received has increased dramatically, and gram for gram actually costs more than gold. Beau Berman, Fox Connecticut.
Drug shortages are a growing problem affecting hospitals.